Hello friends, welcome to the Duke series. Today, again we have a concerning report which we will try to decode. We'll take the few terms and try to understand in very brief what they are. So the report is huge chunk of Greenland ice shelf Baltic glacier breaks off. We'll try to understand what does this huge chunk was. The Greenland ice shelf. So about Greenland, what's an ice shelf, and what this whole break off episode is about. So let's see the Greenland. Greenland is situated just about North America, closer to Canada. It's actually a sovereign state is Kingdom of Denmark. It's not part of America, Canada, or anything. It's part of Kingdom of Denmark. Its capital is Nuuk. Official language Greenlandic, so they use many other languages. Area is around you can see 2.1 million kilometer square. Population is just 56,081. Why such a less population? Because Greenland is mostly covered by ice and ice sheets and glaciers. So only where there is no ice at the coastal areas, some of the areas, there is a settlement of human, and thus the population is very less. Currency they use is Danish krone, DKK. Ice cover, as I was mentioning, the Greenland has a lot of ice cover. 80% of the total area is covered by ice, and also it has the world's largest national park, the protected area, basically where human activities cannot be carried out. It's a beautiful country. So it also attracts a lot of scientists and it is something where a lot of research also happens. What is an ice shelf? These are the two famous ice shelves, Ross ice shelf and Fleckner Ronne ice shelves. So the ice shelves are large floating platform of ice. So they are formed where glacier flows down to the coastline and onto the ocean. So basically this is the area where the glacier flows to the ocean. Ice shelves are only found in Antarctica, Greenland, Canada, and Russian Arctic region. Boundary between the floating ice shelf and the anchor ice is called a grounding line. So this is a grounding line. Thickness of ice shelves can range from 100 meter to 1000 meter. So these are very important part of the whole system of ice sheets and glaciers, where ice shelf gives the melting rate and the amount of activity where the ice gets converted to water. Glaciers, let's see what are glaciers. The glaciers are the most important part of Earth system. Where 10% of Earth is covered by glacial ice caps and ice sheets of Greenland and Antarctica. It covers around 1,50,000 kilometer, 1 crore 50 lakh kilometer square area and has 69% of fresh water. So this has a lot of fresh water availability. Largest glacier is Lambert Fisher Glacier in Antarctica, and the Antarctica ice sometimes can be as thick as 4.7 kilometer. 4.7 kilometers. Yes, in some areas. So basically, nearly 5 kilometers thick ice sheets are there. So interesting. Now, what the break off is, what the report says that a big mass has broken off, and this broken off mass has is a concerning reason. So this whole ice sheet, if you see the whole glacier, if you see, it's a glacier also called N79 glacier. N79 ice shelf. and there is this portion which has broken off. You can see that this has broken off. So previously, some years back, it was there, it was attached, and there was a small fault line which had started developing. So you can see the fault line. These are satellite images of this particular ice shelf. And then this got increased. It's called caving of ice. So basically, ice is caving inside, and the ice has broken off. This broken off mass is called Baltic glacier, and now it has become a flotilla of icebergs. So basically, floating icebergs, and they are broken into two pieces. Why it is important? Because this particular ice shelf is connected to Greenland's inner ice sheets, and thus the more of melting of these ice shelves and breaking of these ice shelves will result in faster um, ice converting to water, and thus deglaciation of the Greenland. A lot of ice from inner Greenland will start melting and flowing to the ocean, which is not a good sign. What are the risks which we are looking at? The risk is like we have so many people who live in the coastline will be at a risk of annual floods. So we'll have more annual floods. The number of people getting exposed to annual floods is increasing year on year. This is the amount of ice sheets lost since 1921 to 2018. So this is in kg. So in ton, it would be 3.8 million ton of ice sheets lost. That's a huge number. The melting of ice from these ice shelves increases in the result in increase in the sea level, because ice melt and they come to the ocean, and ultimately the sea levels get risen. It is expected that if everything goes as it is, the global warming and the human activities continue at the current level, we'll have a 130 millimeters of ice which will be sea levels which will be increasing. So that is 13 centimeters. Every 1 centimeter results into huge number of people getting at risk. And this results into more flooding, more storms, more hurricanes, and further warming of the climate in on Earth. So this is something which everyone should be concerned about. And you should find more about ice sheets and glaciers and how this whole system works. It's very interesting to understand and find out the reasons and work towards this. Hope you liked our DUK series. Do subscribe to our series. Do watch for the future series. So we are coming out regularly with this. Do share your views, your comments. It will help us improve our thing which we bring to you. Thank you. We'll meet again soon.